Today we're looking at Deuteronomy chapters 21 through 23. A bunch of laws here that you don't hear much about. We began in chapter 21 with the sacrifice of another heifer, but this time it's not for the cleansing after dead bodies, but it's to solve a murder. And then what a way to land a wife we see in Deuteronomy chapter 21. Read verses 10 through 14, and don't you see, I think you'll agree that, wow, what a way to land a wife. In chapter 21, we find some laws with regard to how you treat your parents and what the parents could do to the kids if they were rebellious. Wow. And then in Deuteronomy chapter 22, we find some laws that people don't talk too much about. As a matter of fact, when they are quoting select Old Testament laws, the ones they like, they tend to leave these out. The laws on lending, on, cross-dressing's one of them there. How you treat a bird's nest, isn't that interesting? No sowing an assortment of seeds in the same field. And no yoking an ox with a donkey for the purpose of plowing. Would that work anyway? No mixing fabrics, in this case linen and wool. And then we see some law with regard to the fringes that they wore on the borders of their garment, the zitzit of the Old Testament. And those are used in the ministry of Jesus on a couple of occasions where people touch the zitzit, or the border of his garment, and they are healed. Then in the balance of Deuteronomy chapter 22, we have the Hebrew law with regard to betrothal and marriage. In chapter 23, we find that the Ammonites and the Moabites had just burned too many bridges with the Israelites, and we see the way that they are to be treated. What do you do about protecting escaped slaves? Well, that's in Deuteronomy 23 as well. And by the way, prostitution in Israel was absolutely forbidden. And then what about those Hebrew bankers? Well, we'll see that banking among the Hebrews wasn't very profitable. And that's in Deuteronomy chapter 23 as well. That's what's in today's reading, an assortment of, well, pretty interesting laws. I think you'll find some of them quite amusing. And we'll see you tomorrow.